So the stomach should be acid. And if someone says to me, I've got a very acid stomach, I said, fantastic, you must be digesting your food really well. Because did you know that dogs have 10 times the hydrochloric acid of humans? And dogs don't get heartburn or reflux or stomach ulcers. It's not the acid. And when you wake up in the morning, the acid is not strong. It's only released when we smell, see, think food. And I'm sure when we all went into the kitchen this morning or the dining room and saw the food and smelt the food, it started to be released. So the best time to drink water is early in the morning, because this bottom valve, which is called the pyloric sphincter, is open and the water goes straight down. Lining the stomach, and the stomach is lined with big folds. And these big folds are lined with glands. And 2/3 of these glands release mucus. So that's a thick mucosal wall lining the stomach. And mucus is 99% water. One of the first things that's thickened when you drink a glass of water half an hour before the meal is that mucosal lining. So there are those glands, and down here there's a few other things released. One is hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, if a drop goes on your skin, it would burn a hole in your skin. It's very strong. And hydrochloric acid when your stomach needs this thick mucosal wall to protect it. What's also released is pepsinogen. And pepsinogen unites with hydrochloric acid to release pepsin. And pepsin is the protein breaker. So God in his wisdom and mercy didn't arrange for that connection to happen here, or it would start breaking down the lining of your stomach. It actually happens in the stomach, and it will only happen successfully, this union, in a very acid stomach. And pepsin only works in an acid stomach. Something else is released from here, and that's the intrinsic factor. And the intrinsic factor is necessary for the absorption of vitamin B12. Did you know that vitamin B12 is an airborne bacteria? And it's quite possible we're getting some when we drink this beautiful water from here. When you pick an apple off a tree, you're getting a little. When you pick a strawberry off the strawberry plant and eat it. When you're picking parsley, chopping it up and putting it on, you're getting a little bit. B12 is also found in organically grown, root-grown vegetables. Meat eaters and vegetarians can all suffer from low B12, and it's usually a lack of the intrinsic factor. So let me show you how B12 is processed in the body. In the gastrointestinal tract, when you eat food that has B12 on it, it's connected to a R protein. And hydrochloric acid is required to release the R protein from the B12. And so in the stomach, we've got our B12 released, and we've got the intrinsic factor released, and they both float together down the small intestine until the last part of the small intestine, the intrinsic factor and the B12 connect, and then they're absorbed into what's called the enterohepatic circulation. Hepatic meaning liver. And this circulatory system, it circulates in it, and it keeps circulating until you need the B12. So most people with B12 deficiency, it's because they're lacking the intrinsic factor. Why would they lack the intrinsic factor? Well, when people are eating all day long, they exhaust these enzymes. When people are drinking with their meals, they wash them away. When people are stressed with their meals, it stops the release of these enzymes.